Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. Today we're going to be checking out the Civivi Anthropos, an Elijah Isham design. Now this does come to me via the Apex Pass Around group from Civivi, so thank you very much to Civivi for providing this to the Pass Around group, and of course, thank you very much to the Apex Pass Around group, and for all the hard work that David does, keeping everything rolling for us to check out all these awesome knives. Thank you very much. But as I said, we are going to check out the Anthropos today. Now, we'll clear the air right here and now. I have reviewed quite a few Isham design knives. And pretty much all the time, you'll hear me say that they've been great knives and well built. It's just the design style. And every time one, it's just not, it's a little too angular and futuristic. That's the best way I can describe it for my taste. And every time one comes up, I take a look at it because I want to find one of his knives that I'm starting to get into. And you know what? The Anthropos just might be the one. So let's talk about it a little bit. You've got a blue G10 handle with that kind of peel and ply carbon fiber overlay. You got some milling there in the handle to really bring that blue out. And that blue pops. Man, it pops. Great color blue. Black G10 backspacer. Stainless liners. Got the Civivi a deep carry pocket clip on it. Stainless. Is it reversible? It is reversible. Right or left hand carry. Lefty love. There you go. And recessed screws in that clip. We like that. There you go. There's the Isham. And Civivi, everything's chamfered, done well. I like how Civivi does their pivots. Everything is countersunk really well. The pivot screw sticks up a little bit there, but everything else just done really well. Fantastic looking knife. Now it is a flipper. We'll talk about, you do have a little bit of jimping on that flipper tab. You have a little bit of jimping because you have a little bit of flipper tab. So yeah, there's not a whole lot there. Riding on bearings, of course. The action in this knife, it's silly smooth. Now, you will notice the hole in the blade. Yes, I have been able to spidey flick it. It takes some work, especially for me, it takes some work, but I can do it. So there. So somebody that might be a little bit better at it, me, probably can. But yeah, the action, that was me, that wasn't the knife, is just, yeah, really smooth. Got a nice D2 drop point blade there. Really like the blade shape on this one, the drop point, the swedge there on the spine. Lots of belly. The choil, it's not cut very deep. You can I can get my finger up there and use it as a forward finger choil for sure. And as many of you know, and we'll definitely talk about it a little bit later, that's probably how I would use this knife most of the time, because that's the way it's most comfortable for me. We'll talk about that here in a second again. But satin finish, I really, I am digging this blade shape. I'm digging this blade shape on the Anthropos. And, nothing against Elijah Isham. It's just his designs don't fall into normally what I like. Great place to land the thumb. You do have a little bit of curvature there in the spine of the blade that you can, my thumb lands perfectly there. To be perfectly honest with you, this is probably my favorite blade shape on an Isham knife, without question. Now, oh, I forgot to show you guys the centering. Now the centering is a bit, just a bit off a little bit to the clip side. Lockup is solid though. There's no up and down, no side to side. It is a liner lock. Our liner's locking up at about, oh, what do I want to call that? 30, we'll call it in that 30 to 40 range, probably closer to 30, I think, from what I'm seeing. The handle, back to the handle real quick now that the knife is open. When I get one of Elijah's knives in hand, for me, it feels like that my index finger is being forced up in here and it kind of feels cramped. That's why I said I would probably use the forward finger choil more often, because that's just a more comfortable position for my hand to be in. Some jimping there on the liner, pretty good access to the liner. Got a little bit of cutout there. I mean, it does stand proud a little bit too, so that's probably what we're seeing. But yeah, his normal, and that's, you know, that's pretty much, you see that this one isn't quite as pronounced as some. I don't think, like the reticulant. That one was one. Again, well-made knife. Very well done. But just the handle, it wasn't the most comfortable for me. Again, it had a forward finger choil, so I probably would have had to, you know, get up on it, so to speak. But the handle shape overall, you guys know I like a little bit more curvature in my handle, not so angular. And this one, it's getting there. Yeah, it's definitely on the right track for me. This is, I'm telling you what I think of it, guys. So for me, this is definitely more along the lines of, we're getting there. It's kind of right on that line, but a little bit more to the good side. You know, this part from the blade, yes. This part of the handle, yes. Still a little bit with the handle grip that I'm like, okay, you know, it's still got that spot. But, all right, let's get some specs on it real quick. All right, there we go. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just 7 1/4, just a hair more overall blade length. Your handle is looking like just a tad over 4, which I'm going to give the blade length. I'm going to give the blade length 3 1/4, and then your cutting edge is just a little over 3 inches, just over. And then your grip length, 3 1/4, 3 1/4 on your grip length. Some size comparisons real quick. PM2. There you go. PM2 is definitely a little bit bigger of a knife. And of course, bug out. Got a little bit different bug out now. We've got the Benchmade custom shop bug out. The bug out is available in Benchmade's custom shop now as of National Knife Day. So this is one I built. So yeah, it's got it. Oh, pivot to pivot. Let's go pivot to pivot. And actually, overall lengthwise, they're pretty close. They're actually really close. I think the Anthropos has got it by just a hair. But not too bad. Not too bad at all. Oh, let's get a weight on it real quick. We'll get the old scale out here so we can see that. All right, what are we looking at? 3.3 ounces. Not bad for that size of knife, honestly. and 93 grams. Not bad at all. We'll check out our pocket clip. You know, I'm pretty partial to Civivi's pocket clips. They usually always have good retention, pretty easy in and out of pocket. Just a little bit peeking out there. Not too bad. I know BJ Hill, when he does a lot of his knife mods, I know he uses Civivi pocket clips whenever they'll fit, obviously. But he's really partial to using those in his mods, and that's pretty cool. So, the knife overall, guys. I will have to say that this is probably my favorite Isham design to date, taking into account everything I've said about him. You've heard it before if you've seen any of my other reviews. You know, this one is more on the line of what I look for in a knife. More curvature, the drop point blade, the handle with the fingers. Still have a little bit of issue with that. Definitely choking up on that choil. The deep carry clip, I mean, the Civivi build it's quality no matter what. My probably biggest issue with this knife is that I am not crazy about that flipper tab. I mean, I like low profile flipper tabs, yes, but to me, yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. It kind of like it wants to be a front flipper, but it's not a front flipper. It's a regular flipper. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not crazy about that flipper tab. It's just, does it work? Yeah. Yeah, it works. Obviously, I'm flipping it open. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, I'm not overly crazy about the appearance, the feel. I don't know. It's just probably, that's probably one of my biggest issues with the knife overall. Just not overly crazy with the flipper tab. So, otherwise, the knife, very well done. More on design-wise, what I look for in a knife and like, for sure. Now, Blue liked it. He gave it an 8, right at an 8, because we're still having issues with the grip and the flipper tab. You know, that's us. That's an us thing. So, as far as the build of the knife and everything from Civivi, yeah, it's on point, as Civivi knives are pretty much most of all. Now, this guy, if I remember correctly, you're looking at about 70, 74, 75, right around there. $75, I think it was, is what this one costs. So, not too bad for the quality of knife you get, honestly. But, yep, probably my favorite Isham design to date. Everything taken into account. So, I appreciate it. If another Isham comes up, you know what? I'm going to look at it, and I'm going to make my own decision on it. Because, you know, I just like knives. And I want to like them, guys. I really want to like them. So, thanks a lot for checking out the Civivi Anthropos with me today. Thanks again to We Civivi and the Apex Pass Around group for making it possible. And thank all of you guys for checking out my review. Remember, like, subscribe, and leave me that comment. You know I love talking to you. Until next time, guys. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.